is up, baby?
That was cool!
Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Super Sal, and today I wanted to talk about the Backbone One controller. So, what is the Backbone One? Well, if you haven't heard about it by now, it is a controller, a game controller for iOS, and now it has an Android version. So, it is a mobile phone, mobile device controller for any game that supports it. Backbone themselves claim that this is the most advanced, most ultimate video game controller for phones, and in my experience, in my about year of owning this thing, I would be inclined to agree, actually. I mostly picked up the Backbone about a year ago because I had just recently upgraded my phone and I wanted to try emulating games on my phone, and I actually got it to work, and I realized, man, a controller would make this experience so much wildly better, and Backbone just seemed like the best option at the time. The only two options I really saw were this one and the Razer Kishi, but the Kishi was too big and bulky and kind of weird in its functionality, so the Backbone, which was particularly made for iOS, that seemed like the perfect go for me. As a controller, it has everything that you could possibly want in a controller. It has your standard Xbox layout. You got your ABXY. You got two analog sticks placed like an Xbox controller. You got a D-pad that is serviceable. You got your your menu and your share buttons, and you actually also have a button for the Backbone app specifically. You also get your shoulder buttons and your trigger buttons. You got R1, R2, and L1 and L2. So everything is here and accounted for. To put your phone into the Backbone, you just extend it, slide your phone into the middle, and then it will just snap in. Once you get going, it feels really familiar. It really feels kind of like you're playing a Nintendo Switch. So if you're familiar with that, then you'll be right at home here. But there's not much else to say about the user experience besides, it adds a controller, and your whole phone screen becomes your console, essentially. The Backbone is MFI certified, which means made for iPhone. So any app that is controller compatible will work 100%. And in my experience, everything has worked without a hitch. Performance-wise, I have felt no lag. There is no latency that I can tell is there. Everything feels snappy. Everything feels responsive. It really is a fantastic controller so far. Extra features include a headphone jack, which, hilariously, the Backbone adds a headphone jack back to the iPhone. And also you get a lightning port pass-through, so if you want to charge while you're playing, you can still do that through the Backbone. But the biggest extra feature, I would say, is the Backbone app itself. The Backbone app is essentially a console home screen for all of your phone games. Backbone definitely wants you to use their app because I feel like this is where their ultimate gaming mobile device bravado comes from, because it really does make your phone feel like its own console. It has, a friends list. It has parties for voice chat. You can share clips through the Backbone app to your friends. You can stream to Twitch and YouTube through the Backbone app. It shows everything. You can remap the controller buttons. You can change your settings, everything. Everything a console would have is essentially here on the Backbone app. Personally, I haven't really used the Backbone app too much because, honestly, I think it is only very useful if you have a lot of friends who also have a Backbone. The only problem I've had with the Backbone is actually not a problem with the Backbone itself, but more so with how big camera bumps are getting on iPhones and on other smartphones. Starting with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, the camera bump actually got a little too big for the Backbone to fit the phone comfortably. So Backbone actually went and made a free adapter that they gave away to anyone who's trying to buy the Backbone with the iPhone 13 Pro or later, because now the 14s also have an even bigger camera bump. So they actually now include this adapter, but when I first got the Backbone, this wasn't actually made quite yet. But within a few weeks of owning it, and within a few weeks of the iPhone 13 being out, they actually made it. They made it free, and they shipped one to me really fast, and all my problems were solved essentially because the adapter works perfectly. Some people may be a little bit cautious even with the adapter, because it does tilt the phone up a little bit, so it's not perfectly parallel to the back of the backbone, which a lot of people think will cause stress on the lightning port of your phone. I've been using this for about a year now, doing this with the adapter. Nothing has changed for me. I really don't think it's putting any stress, and I think it's just fine, so nothing to worry about there. Quick editor's note, I forgot one flaw of the backbone is that you can't use it with a case on your phone, so that kind of sucks, but I think that's also a flaw with every other phone controller, so I mean, Also, PlayStation Remote Play, Steam Link, all that kind of stuff also works on the backbone, but the bigger thing I want to mention is that the backbone app, all the things that I was mentioning, like streaming to Twitch and YouTube, the voice chat with friends, all those things are like blocked by a membership now. That sucks. Because I bought it early, I get a lifetime like membership to this subscription service, so I'm happy about that. But for everyone else who's gonna buy it currently or bought it after whatever that deadline was, you have to pay extra for those features in the app, and I think that sucks. So that's something to consider if you're thinking about the backbone. But you know, everything else, like as a controller, you obviously get all those features like remapping buttons and all that. But you know, look into it, make your choice. I think that it's ridiculous, but I should let you know. So anyway, back to it. But yeah, so the backbone, it works great with games like Call of Duty Mobile, Apex Legends Mobile is really good. I've seen people use it for PUBG. Rocket League Sideswipe is a favorite of mine. Doesn't require a controller, but none of these games do. It just makes it that much better. But my main purpose was to try it with emulators, particularly the Dolphin emulator. So being able to play GameCube games and Wii games on my phone with a controller is pretty mind-blowing, or it was pretty mind-blowing to me when I finally got it working, and then I got the backbone, and it just elevated that whole experience to a new level. And to this day, I think it's great. Get the backbone. For real though, I really do think the backbone is worth your time and your money. It does come in at about $100 or $99, whatever you want to say. But I think it was worth every penny. So if you're looking for a phone controller, I don't think you can do better than the backbone. I know there is competition out there, like Razer actually updated their Kishi controller to be strikingly similar to the backbone controller. I haven't tried it myself. I'm sure that one is probably just as good, to be honest with you. But for iPhone, my money's on the backbone, and I think yours should be too. Not sponsored, by the way. But anyway, that's all I have to say about the backbone, guys. It's great. But I hope you guys have yourselves a good one, and look out for some more videos like this. I want to dive more into like tech, and especially like gaming relevant tech too, because I love this stuff. So maybe you'll see some more videos like this from me later. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have yourselves a good one, and I will see you next time. Peace.